the secret weapon Filipinos use to survive anything. What if the greatest tool for surviving hardship wasn't strength, or money, or even power? What if it was something most of us have been taught to overlook? When we see images of the Philippines, we're often met with a paradox. Here's this beautiful archipelago, right in the heart of the Pacific's typhoon belt, a nation that is no stranger to the wrath of nature. We see the news reports, the devastating storms, the economic instability, the daily grind of just getting by. And yet, in the very next shot, we see something that seems to defy all logic: vibrant street festivals, communities laughing while they rebuild, and a sense of joy that seems unbreakable. We see families sharing a simple meal, their faces filled with a light that no amount of hardship can extinguish. This has led the world to a simple, maybe even cliché, conclusion: Filipinos are resilient. But that one word, resilience, is a wild oversimplification. It's like calling a masterpiece a painting. It totally misses the depth, the technique, and the soul of the work. What the world often mistakes as just smiling through the pain is actually a secret weapon, honed over centuries of colonial history and constant battles with nature. It's a kind of cultural technology, forged in the fires of adversity. This is the story of how radical hospitality and profound optimism combine to create a spirit so unbreakable, it might just hold the lessons the rest of us need to survive not just the big disasters, but the quiet storms of our own lives. And it's not what you think. The first ingredient: radical hospitality, pakikipagkapwa, ***. To understand this secret weapon, we first have to break down its main ingredient, something that goes way beyond just being friendly. It's a concept called ***pakikipagkapwa daw. Now, a direct translation might give you fellowship or camaraderie, but that doesn't even scratch the surface. Pakikipagkapwa * is the profound, almost spiritual act of seeing yourself in another person. It isn't just about being nice to a guest, it's about seeing that guest as an extension of your own family, of your own self. It's this deep-seated belief that you share a common humanity, an inner self, with everyone you meet. This isn't just some dusty philosophical idea, it's a lived, breathing practice. In many cultures, hospitality can be a bit transactional. You're kind to a guest, offer them a drink, and make them comfortable. In the Philippines, hospitality is transformational. A stranger asking for directions might suddenly find themselves invited to a family dinner. A visitor is often given the best room in the house, the best part of the meal, even if the family has very little to share. This isn't done out of a sense of duty, but from a genuine place of shared humanity. The thinking isn't, this person is a guest in my home, but, this person is, for this moment, part of my family. This idea of ***pakikipagkapwa* is the bedrock of the Filipino support system. It dissolves the hard lines between me and you, between family and stranger. The family unit itself is the perfect example. In the Philippines, family isn't just mom, dad, and the kids. It's a sprawling, all-in network of cousins, aunts, uncles, godparents, and close friends who are basically family. This creates an incredibly powerful, built-in safety net. When one person stumbles, there's a whole web of hands ready to catch them, not because they have to, but because their struggle is felt as a collective experience. This radical hospitality becomes a survival tool because it destroys isolation before it can even start. In a world where loneliness is practically an epidemic, ***pakikipagkapwa* ensures that no one has to face a crisis alone. It's an active, ongoing process of weaving people together, creating a social fabric so dense and strong it can handle immense pressure. It's the first, most crucial part of the weapon, because it ensures that whatever battle you're facing, you don't face it as an army of one, but as part of a loving, interconnected whole. The second ingredient: profound optimism and communal unity, Bayanihan, asterisk. If asterisk pakikipig kapwa asterisk is the invisible thread connecting every Filipino, then the second part of this weapon is how those threads get woven together into an unbreakable rope. This is the spirit of asterisk Bayanihan. The word Bayanihan comes from bayan, which means community, town, or nation. Its classic, almost legendary image is of a rural community literally coming together to lift a neighbor's entire house, a traditional nipa hut, and carry it to a new spot. This powerful picture is the perfect metaphor for what Bayanihan means in practice: a spirit of communal unity where people help each other without expecting anything in return. It's the belief that your problems are my problems, and we all rise by lifting each other up. And this isn't some ancient tradition people just talk about. It's a living, breathing force that shows up in the most critical moments. When Typhoon Haiyan, one of the most powerful tropical cyclones ever to make landfall, devastated the country in 2013, the world saw destruction. But on the ground, before international aid could even fully mobilize, Bayanihan was already at work. Neighbors dug through rubble to find the missing, communities pooled their scarce resources to set up shelters, and strangers offered food and comfort to one another. The response wasn't organized from a central command post, but by a collective heartbeat. More recently, during the global pandemic, when lockdowns threatened millions of livelihoods, the Bayanihan spirit popped up again in the form of community pantries. A single bamboo cart with free groceries and a simple sign, "Give what you can, take what you need," sparked a nationwide movement. It was a decentralized, grassroots solution born from the cultural DNA of mutual aid. It was Bayanihan in its purest form. But this communal unity is powered by another, equally important fuel: a profound, almost defiant optimism. Filipinos are famous for their ability to find joy and humor in the darkest of times. This isn't denial or ignorance. It's a conscious strategy for survival. Laughing in the face of disaster is an act of rebellion. It's telling the storm that it can't have your spirit. A smile isn't a sign of weakness, but a declaration of endurance. It's a way of lightening the load when things feel unbearable, a psychological tool that stops despair from taking over. This optimism is often captured in the phrase, "Bahala na," which is sometimes poorly translated as, "Whatever happens, happens." A much better interpretation is, "I will do my absolute best, and I trust a higher power for the rest." It's not passive resignation, it's an expression of faith and determination that allows you to move forward, even when the future is completely uncertain. Together, Bayanihan and this deep optimism create a powerful cycle. Optimism provides the energy for communal action, and seeing that action succeed reinforces the belief that things can, and will, get better. The global lesson: why the world needs this secret weapon. So what does this all mean for the rest of us? Why should a cultural trait from a Southeast Asian archipelago matter to someone in London, or New York, or anywhere else? It matters because the Filipino secret weapon is a powerful antidote to some of the most toxic forces in modern life: hyper-individualism, social isolation, and just plain cynicism. We live in an age that glorifies self-reliance to a dangerous degree. We're taught to pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps, build our own empires, and put our personal success above everything else. But this mindset has a price. It's left so many of us feeling disconnected, facing our problems alone in our little silos, believing our struggles are ours to bear alone. The Filipino model offers a different way. It teaches that real strength isn't about being invincible on your own, but about being interdependent as a community. It reminds us that we aren't just rivals in a race, but members of a single human family. The value of *Pakiki Pigkapwa* challenges us to see a stranger not as a threat or a competitor, but as a reflection of ourselves. On top of that, our world feels more divided than ever. We're polarized by politics, separated by screens, and sorted into digital echo chambers. The spirit of *Bayanihan is a masterclass in tearing down those walls. It shows that when a community faces a common enemy, whether it's a typhoon, a pandemic, or economic hardship, all the other labels and disagreements become secondary to the urgent, human need to just help each other out. It's a powerful reminder that what we share as human beings is so much more important than the things that divide us. And maybe most importantly, in a time marked by anxiety and a constant flood of bad news, the Filipino ability to find joy is not just inspiring, it's a necessary skill for mental and emotional survival. It teaches us that happiness doesn't have to wait for perfect circumstances. Joy can be found in the simplest things: a shared meal, a song, a laugh with a neighbor. It is a quiet rebellion against the idea that we have to solve all our problems before we can allow ourselves to be happy. Now, some critics rightly point out that this incredible resilience can sometimes be taken advantage of, allowing systemic problems and government inaction to continue because the people will always just find a way to cope. That's a valid and crucial point. The goal is not to romanticize hardship, but to learn from the cultural tools built to survive it. The Bayanihan spirit, when used to demand collective progress, could be one of the most powerful forces for change imaginable. Conclusion and call to action: the secret weapon of the Filipino people isn't really a secret. It's a choice. It's the choice to see yourself in other people. It's the choice to link arms with your neighbor when the floodwaters are rising. It's the choice to find a reason to sing in the middle of a storm. It's the deep understanding that radical hospitality and defiant optimism aren't just nice ideas, they are essential technologies for human survival. The unbreakable Filipino spirit is forged in the fires of *Pakiki Pigkapwa* and *Bayanihan. It's a living testament to the fact that a community bound by love, mutual support, and hope can withstand anything. It shows us that resilience isn't about how much you can carry by yourself, but how much you can carry together. So the next time you're facing a challenge that feels impossible, the next time the world feels cold and divided, remember the lessons from this archipelago of survivors. The next time you feel overwhelmed, just ask yourself, what would a Filipino do? You'd open your heart. You'd help your neighbor. And you'd find a reason to smile. Because that is how you survive anything. We believe this spirit of resilience is universal. Every culture has its own stories of strength and community. We would love to hear yours. Share a story from your own culture or community in the comments below. Let's create a space to learn from each other. And if this story resonated with you, please like and subscribe for more stories that explore the incredible power of the human spirit.